obviously there was a discrepancy when it comes to size. Both teams had 7-footers, two guys that could play in the middle. When it came to the change in the second half, what did you go to the decision to take Jared out at length at the second half?
They were switching everything defensively, and we just figured we need to spread them out a little bit more. We love Jared; he's great, but felt like we need a little more shooting out there with their switching. So that was a call.
In a league that's so heavy on the three ball nowadays, but also having to go against two big guys, to go away from the rebounding aspect that Jared brings, how hard was that decision?
It's hard. We debated it on the bench, but what I felt like was like we were struggling to score, and we had to generate some offense, trying to generate some more space for our guys. So that was the reasoning behind that.
Danny.
Since Sam came back from that ankle injury, he had been shooting 28% from three, and as a night goes 6 for 11 from deep. What can a night like this do?
Oh man, it was just a matter of time. I'm glad we got him with that starting unit. I mean, those guys generate open shots, so that was a little bit of the thought there. And of course, he gives it to you on defense. So like I've said, it's for him. For me, it's not about him making threes or not, but when he does, it really sparks us, and got the crowd into it. I thought he was star of the match. Really happy for him.
What do you do during a 35-minute delay because of basket?
I went back up to my office, hung out in the video room, talked to them. So glad everybody stayed patient. Our crowd's so good, and our guys stayed out there, and Darius was in the crowd talking to people. I thought it was pretty cool,
Mike.
Did you ever get clarity on what was wrong with the basket?
What's that?
Did you ever get clarity on what was actually wrong with the basket?
I think Tristan might have had something to do with it. I'm not calling him out. You guys go to the videotape. He does his Daryl Dawkins. I could be wrong. That's my guess.
And you went with George down the stretch. We talked about it a second ago.
Yeah.
He made some winning plays, just time on both ends of the court. You
Yeah.
talk about his impact in the last 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. Plus, elite free throw shooter too. I think that was part of the, and it was a cross between getting we had some. You still get size with George, and then you get the shooting, and then he makes winning plays. Like I said, I felt like we needed to spread him out a little more. We were struggling to score, and he gives you both. He gives you some size, and then can shoot the three and make free throws.
Spence.
Couple of stints for Jalen tonight, and he was really playing fast in transition around the floor, and obviously battling inside for rebounds or just loose balls in general. You said it that he plays better with guys who are in the rotation.
Yeah.
Is that the same result you saw?
Yeah, that's what I saw. He had a bad luck on that one foul call. He got 2 foul calls, right? The drive from Clarkson and the offensive rebounding foul. So, that derailed him a little in the second half. But I thought his first half was great. Exactly what we're looking for from him.
And he's ambidextrous, obviously, but it feels like Evan is really strong going to his left and using his left. How valuable is it to have a 7-footer that can go to the weak side sometimes when you need him to?
Yeah, it's it's funny, you're discovering things about him every night. I wasn't in my mind, hey, let's run plays for him to go to his left and dunk on people. Now it's like, man, he can go left really well. Again, he's scratching the surface that we've talked about all year.
Darryl. What can games like this, as you're kind of rolling along through this season, where it gets tight there in the fourth quarter, it's a 3-point game, but you're able to put some distance between them in those final 90 seconds. Just what can a game like that do for you, big picture wise?
We need games like that. I was thinking to say that's going to be the playoffs, right? Rarely are you blowing people out by 20. So to get the end of game, we had a lot of end of game situations. We obviously did Walker Kessler there. That was you start reaching into your strategy bag, which we haven't had to do a lot, because of our margin of victory. So that was good practice for us, and I thought we did a really good job executing at the end of the game.
Utah ended up with a 12 rebounding advantage.
Man,
how much of that was just the ball flying off the rim and just how difficult is that when you're getting those long bounces off the
I
rim?
can't wait to watch the film and see how many of those should we have we didn't box out or we missed, and how many of them are bad bounces, because sometimes you gotta be careful. I've done that before, we're not rebounding, you're yelling at the guys, you look at the tape and it's like, man, there's probably only a few of them that we but I can't wait to go back and see the film, and that's also what they do, right? That's their strength. We have our strengths, they have their strengths. Kessler's he's so long on there. He's got a great feel for offensive rebounding, but I will say that I'm sure there are a handful that we missed box outs or we didn't hit first and didn't go get it. So, but probably less than you think.
Okay. Anything else in the room? Yeah. Go ahead.
Just the joy that Darius is playing when you talked about before the game, how he comes into a game and you have a 35-minute break and you're entertaining fans, but to continue to entertain them at the highest level, what does that mean for him?
I just love his spirit. I love how the joy he plays with, even in the tense moments. He's the epitome. This is a game. I'm enjoying this. I'm competing at as hard as I can, but he laughs. He'll joke during the game. I love it. I think he loosens our group up. But you never get he never goes over the line where it's too much, because I've seen that he still stays his competitive self. So it adds to the spirit of the team.
And for Evan to be in that role as the lone big on the court a lot of the time, but also competing for those tip rebounds that we talked about so much, to see him be able to grow in that aspect of his game, how does that help you guys going forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be playoffs are going to come down to possession games, and I feel comfortable when he's alone there at 5. Obviously, with the two bigs, with JA too, you're more stable from a rebounding standpoint. But he's gotten so much stronger, right? I saw a video of him 2 years ago. I'm like, man, is that the same guy? He's just so much stronger. So he can hold the fort by himself.
Thanks.
Chris, last one.
Kenny, what was the thinking behind following Kessler down the stretch late?
Yeah, we talked about it, and the rule, right? You can foul before 2 minutes. I think we're up 5, and it's a little bit like, man, we're up 5. Should we do it? And we said, yeah. We kind of collectively said, let's do it. And it turned out, I think he missed 4 out of 5 or something like that. So turned out in our favor.
All right, it's gonna wrap. Coach, thanks.
Hey, happy holidays, everybody.
holidays.
Merry Christmas. Really enjoy your time with your family.